Welcome back. This is our Nidavangr playthrough, and we are on turn 12. You may be wondering, where are the other videos? Well, fortunately I did that rookie mistake of hitting E and ending before I could record, and secondly, the turn 11 video did not save. So we are on turn 12 a little bit later. So I want to talk about what we're seeing and why there's some differences. First up, we're seeing a fight between Ch'i and Uric. So let's go ahead and jump in and see if we can find out anything about this nation. And we do have their prophets, so they're blessed. Nothing too great. They might have a pretender not up yet, but anyway, I'm not going to watch a ton of this fight, but we see they are bringing in their horsemen and archers with prophet to keep pushing in. So, and then we have loss of gold, and we had an arena fight, and I want to talk more about that later, but it doesn't look like really any of the players jumped in, so Uric won that. And then we've had a cult set up in this region here that we're trying to work on. So let's talk about how much has changed in the map. First thing, so man did not want a nap, and so we are at war. We talked about Greenwall, and what happened in the fight was that our sacreds did wall, but with 20 defense, we were not able to stop man's cavalry and was pushed us. So we won the Indy province fight, but man lost it, and in trying to seeing another man army come from the side and have both attack, we've consolidated to try to make sure we don't lose our palisade, which we have 2 months left. While we've been here, we have labbed and templed up, researching. We're bringing in troops in to have our wall of sacreds, and we'll probably, while we're doing this, go ahead and have these in front just to make sure that we kind of screen it a little bit to make sure our sacreds get in. So this is going to be most of what it is. It's not looking too good for us at this point. Man has continued to expand, and now they're expanding west and really don't have another nation. So again, do not blame them for not taking that. They were just saying that Griffin Rock was needed to be theirs, and they've already templed it up. So we are going to probably have it thrown down here shortly. Right now, wanting to wait these 2 turns. What are we doing in our nation? We're slowly recruiting some of our wolf clan. We're going to be trying to attack on this side. We're sending over some troops to Utah to help with this as well. So a lot of our income again is working on sacreds. Our magic path is trying to push that alteration quickly, so we have where we can be researching and building mages. The other thing called is trying to get Wolf Clan to be ready for that moss botting when we fight over here as well. So that is the bulk of it. The last thing I think, yes, we have recruited bowmen as well to help, and if they do not push in further, we'll be pushing out in a few turns. Again, apologies for not catching up. We are on turn 12 right now, and not a great situation. 8 provinces total after losing 3 provinces over here and then getting trapped here. So definitely a lessons learned video at the end, depending on what comes out, or regardless of what comes out of the situation. Anyway, this is it for turn 12. We will dive in for turn 13. Thank you again for watching. Bye. Welcome back. It's turn 13 on our newbie Nidavangr playthrough as we're learning more about this nation. So we attacked Indy province after solidifying a nap 2 with man. Again, we're going to speed this up. Really nothing to talk about here. We're fighting infantry or heavy infantry and keeping our prophet alive with our sacreds up front. We've gone through a few of these, so just wanted to push through and get into the actual conversation. But looks like no losses, I would say overall. Yep. No, we'll check our actual sacred, see if we lost any hearts. Well, we got unrest in the glistening forest. It looks like people are being sacrificed. Never good. Haunted village. And which is a death gem. which will be huge later on. Oh, sorry, I kind of jumped ahead. What else do we got? So we had a good event here where we got a high priest never going to bash having a sacred being able to bless our sacreds in 50 militia. One thing I would like to call it here is, even though not great, still being able to that leadership 50, because a lot of our mages have much lower leadership as a whole. So that would be good to see. And then what else do we have? Worldwide evocation rituals, and then still we're having this preacher spreading false rumors that we're going to find out. So what are we doing this term? Let's talk a little bit about the world again, as we've seen more. So we know that Vanheim is in this area, already has a fort up and a temple, and they're spreading out. Vanheim is looking probably large. Man is also looking big-ish here. Again, maybe this is the wrong call, but one is saying we're taking these two to push out further east, build out. But I feel like Man and I are going to be at war sooner rather than later. I still, depending on what happens in the southwest quadrant, I'm thinking that there's going to be a fight, and see who comes out. But right now, they are larger than me by a large margin. So what else is going on? Uric is getting swallowed up right now. I'm going to try to get these eastern provinces here. And then to the west, we see Ind. I don't know if, I feel like this is a bug. I'm going to report it to see. But I thought Ind is supposed to be hidden with their dominion. We have no scouts in the area, even nearby this province, so how can we see Ind here? Maybe we'll find out later if this actual Ind, or if it's just I feel like it can't be a nation's, or a province cannot have a nation's name unless it is, but curious about that. So we'll be moving over in this area. So what are we doing with our turn? Well, with this this high priest kind of gives us some options. So let's talk about it. We're moving in to take over these barbarians. Even if we bump with someone, we have plenty of troops here. We're bringing our prophet to come in. We are also going to be hitting this forest. So again, with this high priest, we can bring in some of our, even though we don't have a ton of sacreds, and this is a lot of lizard warriors, we're bringing in a lot of, I'm just going to say, fodder with this militia being able to be cut down and have some support in the back. So, but these sacreds are going to be hopefully be able to stay in. And with these both moving 12, actually I'll move this slightly back. Want them to not eat up everything and be able to come in from the side of the militia. So, and the priest is helping. So bringing these armies in. And then what are we doing more on our cap side? So we're still recruiting sacreds. Actually, let's go ahead and get another wolf clan. Still getting mages. I'm going to try next month to start a crow clan, since we have the gold for it now. And we're not going to get a lot of these, but when I go ahead and have them out to assist, we have our mages coming up here, and I think our palisades getting finished here in this land. The thought is we are trying to patrol out the, I will say, the false teachings, and then we're going to be moving up to the lands that we bargained with. So hopefully taking Tiny Willow and Uric, and then come down into the Brightlands. So we are bringing up also Cert with some troops as well to do the same thing. And actually, let's go ahead and script just in case we get something we want to bless twice. And go ahead, and I will just say personal bark skin and cast spells on that. So yeah, but that's really it on this one. We are still trying to get like our research up. Research, we're going to be hitting all 3 this month. Still quite behind on a lot of things where you want it. So we're looking at a pretty tenuous situation. But that is it for turn 13. And we will see you next time. Thank you again for tuning in. Bye. Hello again, and welcome to our Nidavangr playthrough. It is turn 14 after dealing with some politics with Man from the previous turn. So let's see what is happening. So we keep seeing Man expand. No losses when expected, with just mostly Beard Tribe. I'll move on. And this is Tiny Willow is where we had agreed that Nidavangr would own as we push through some Lion Tribe. So our first fight was Fairy Forest. I think this is with the Lizardmen. Yeah, so let's go ahead and see this one. It's one we were worried about with these low morale troops with what we got to try to make a push with this to see how it goes through. Lizard fortunately getting that extra bite attack, but hoping with our Sacreds we can go ahead and make a dent in this, even though this is a lot of Lizardmen. And immediately just seeing the militia just die, and there we go. Yep, they're routed. So can the line hold for all of our other troops? Definitely looks like some have died. Yep, so Righteous Wrath. Oh, this one's Z. Barely hanging on with 1 hit point. But here's an example. I don't think we've looked at this with Blood Surge and Righteous Wrath, and I'll do this with the mock-up as I learn more about the nation of the whole. But this, I mean, you have very high attack skill, very high strength, and huge damage output. Still, nothing to protect, and we really need, again, we're trying to get Bark Skin, and we should be getting it this turn to help with our protection. But just showing the damage output that these people can put out. But we have routed, so it looks like well, they have their mages still in the back with their guard, so it is a rout. How badly did we lose? We lost one of our commanders. That's unfortunate. Archers, most of our militia, which is fine, and the ones that we care about are in this square here, the deathbeds, our female wolf clans and our wolf clan reavers. So how did our retreat go? So our bear got back. High priest looks like most everyone did get back, thankfully. So we'll pick up there. We're seeing TC go ahead and attack Uruk and on Uruk's capital, sorry. So they just attacked PD. They're setting up to push in. And you have to be careful of this because the throne position really does favor TC as a whole. And then our other battle that we brought in to fight Independence with Walden. This is our much larger army with our prophet, Ned Stark. Still living through the first year, so moving forward. I'm going to speed this up. I don't imagine it will be a very hard fight with our front line. Yeah. Wow, I'm surprised at that. How's that prophet still hitting Words of Power? Did they change that? I'm sorry. Let's look at this right quick. He's hitting for so far. I need to look at that spell. We'll put a pin in that. So, and then we had a Horde of Cavemen, and this cracks me up because I think this was the last thing that I did in the previous turn just to go ahead and script because you never know. And here is that, yeah, the Wolf Clan, Sithbender, excuse me, blessing the troops and being ready and holding them back. So I am very thankful I put in that order here. Watching them, again, just tear up the cavemen. And we'll see if we lost any Scar Souls on that one. But overall, looks like, nope, this was, yeah, so we kept our units, but we'll see what happened. And we knew about this creature, but it looks like we went ahead and able to discover that and route them out. So fantastic. And then a palisade's done. So what does this look like for our turn? The first thing I'm going to do is just check the prophet, because I don't think I knew that what the range is 100. I really thought it was much much less than that. So this is learning new things here. So on our eastern flank, well, first off, let's always take a glance at the map and where nations are. So we have a scout over looking at Vanheim. Still trying to find Vanheim's cap. And I think, oh, here's Ashdod is here. It looks like Man is already fighting. This is why Man may have pushed for a nap, more so to have one more at the flank, and why he was willing to cede territory. I still believe he should have taken me on first, but we'll see. I still see End, and I'm still curious what this is as I get a scout closer over, but Man has a swelth of territory, so we'll see about that. And as we said, Uruk is on its way out, it looks like, as a whole, with TC, which we don't even see their cap, so somewhere in this general vicinity is TC. So very curious about, that's most of the nations. I honestly want to say that if Ind is where we think, then the only one is Mictlan that we have not discovered yet, I do not believe. No. Saw M and got curious. So, our turn. What are we doing and what are we preparing for? So, go ahead and just try to take up any territory that we can from Uruk. And so, bringing over our troops here and trying to take on this Lizard Warrior province here as a whole. And actually, looking at this, just in case Uruk tries to claim territory and leaves, I want to go ahead and change this and bring that over there. I believe with this they should be able to take care of the rest of the lizards, and yeah, we want to keep them in. And we have a big thing with bark skin, so we can bless and bark skin protect them up to help out as well, because our alteration has finished, and we're going to go ahead and keep pushing to all 4 to get quickness and I think group bark skin. So so then what else are we doing on this side as we're moving over? Took Tiny Willow. You always hate seeing ink pot. So moving right on, and yep, I already see a disease. So it looks like none of them lost any scar souls, but already got a disease hit, which is very unfortunate. And we're going to try to hit Uruk. So Uruk has Bone Tribe. I still believe, I'm confident that we can still help bless and bark skin up and with some of this, but we'll see. And we're trying to position over to Blight Lands, excuse me, as well, bringing over the people that were patrolling to find the prophet, as well as back up from Surt with the sacreds that he had. And looks like they all have their scar souls as well, which is fantastic. So moving forward into this, we're still recruiting. We're going to take a time to get a Crow clan just to really help with site searching, but also these mages are everything you want in a mage. High mobility with the Crow form, Death 2, Astral 2, Air 1 with these amazing paths. We can get into Blood, we can get into High Death or Air. Just so many things going on with this troop. No wonder they're expensive, but while we have the gold and the treasure, going to do so. Next turn, probably going ahead and try to get another temple up, and maybe even a lab close to Nidavangr, where we can get more, we'll say commanders and mages. But where we're doing off recruiting, going ahead and prepping probably to go underground. So this doesn't look like a massive underground. We can pop up on the other side of the river, and we're blocked by these hunters, but being able to access the cat eyes on nature and being able to utilize that is a step as well. So we have some people outside searching, but our goal is again to continue to take these few provinces on our west flank and then start diving into our east to see what's going on with, if this is a bug or not within. So anyway, I believe that covered everything. Do want to check, I'm looking for any sort of water troops to break into the water or the underwater places, but that still hasn't popped up. So, and then research we covered, still pushing to all 4, then probably going to jump into enchantment and then conjuration and construction. To maybe we'll move construction up sooner, but at this point that's it. Anyway, thank you for watching. We'll be back on the next turn. Bye.